Greetings, Aries. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do y'all's general love reading for the month of July 2019. This is the last sign. Yes, I believe this is the last sign that I'm doing for, the July monthlies, which to me is only fitting. I was just talking about divine timing in my other videos, especially the Gemini one. And y'all are the first sign of the zodiac, so being the first sign of the zodiac, and it's like saving the best for last, right, Aries? As I've said in a few other videos in my earlier ones, I feel a strong connection to Aries' energy. So a lot of times it will take a little more out of me to read for y'all than other signs. Most notably because not only is my Mercury in Aries, but my wonderful mother is hella Aries in her entire chart, like Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, some other cosmic bodies like laced up in Aries. So, I've always been very connected to the energy. This is kind of a big stage for y'all right now. What we have here for the month of July, is it gonna focus? There we go, Anandalite. Number 25, the crystal Anandalite. So we're talking about cosmic consciousness here. Ugh, my speaker, sorry. But we're talking about cosmic consciousness here and how it shifts once we begin to embrace the shifts happening within us, Like once we do so within us, there's like this collective shift that, just kind of ripple effects throughout the universe, right? Basically what you've had to do, though it's probably been very hard for you, is to transform your goals, completely transform your life as far as the people, places, and things, getting rid of energy that was like not serving. And this doesn't just have to be about lovers, this could be about friends and family who you still gave undying loyalties to, or maybe cared more for their shit than they did theirs, and that's why it never changed. But you, of course, in turn, still were the person who had to take the brunt of so much of their negativity, This is you just literally having to change your mindset, and you're wanting to raise your vibration because it's like you've come to an understanding that that is how you find the next step. Where you may have felt very stagnant, and you still may be having like a little bit of that feeling. It's all just going to be about, raising your vibrations, and that's what you're sensing. For some of you, that's meditating. For some of you, that's shadow work. For some of you, that's just digging into whatever it is you feel to be most suitable and comfortable. And you're having to set proper boundaries to do that, okay? Because when we talk about all of those external toxic energies that you had to separate from and really change your course, because if anything, they were dragging you in the wrong direction and holding you back to the point where like you are now free enough to be able to ascend. You don't have anything weighing you down. But we have these two goddess guidance cards here. Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And we also have Cordelia, go outside. You've been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. So the way I take Ishtar is to be pretty straightforward. When we get into Cordelia, it's straightforward as well when we talk about getting into nature and meditating and even going to bodies of water and connecting with the mother, exercise, things like that. I think even more so there's like a need to connect with others, okay? There's a need to start anew and connect with others. Now, once we get down into traditional tarot, what we have here. So we understand that there's an enlightenment happening for you. And you're coming up as both the King of Wands and the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So I think when we talk about changing your purpose and shifting to something that will actualize you, a life that will actualize you, inviting people into your life that will actualize you, you're coming up as the King of Wands who has like a clear consciousness now because of everything that you decided to let go of. There's a clear sense of direction. You know what you want. Okay, for one, we've got the King of Wands here and the Nine of Wands here. And it's coming up as the same thing. You're hitting your targets. You're making your marks. You're establishing your marks so you can make your marks, okay? You're starting to notice, or you will start to notice in July, that things start happening for you just like clockwork. Bam, 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 bam. First sign of the zodiac, the initiator, putting fire under that ass. Bam, 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 bam. Really getting things going here. There are, and with the clarity that you have mentally, there's not just this notion of action that's taking place. There's an influx of ideas. There's a lot of creativity that's going on. And I think you exploring your creativity with this high confidence level is really going to have you see things out. Whereas, the Aries is not necessarily known for being able to carry things out. And I think that you have the energies now to be able to do that, Just like when I was saying first sign of the zodiac, boom, 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 getting shit going. It said that Taurus, the second sign, is the one that brings it into manifestation, brings it into the flesh. But, hey, for those of you who resonate, you may be cuspers. But even if you're not a cusp of Taurus, it's just that, you have manifested this energy to finally carry through. So I feel like apart from the cycles that you're dealing with people, there's another cycle that's coming to a close for you where where in the past you haven't been able, or just, it's not that you haven't been able to, you haven't just put in the work or the effort to complete things because you may get discouraged. I wouldn't even say distracted, discouraged, sidetracked in a way when it came to other people who maybe didn't want to see you do well or were jealous and envious. I feel like low-key a lot of the shit that you've been getting from people throughout time are ones who never wanted to really see you make it. And the thing is, for those of you who resonate, you've probably heard this thing all of your life where people say, I wonder why you're not a millionaire yet. I wonder how you're not rich yet. You have these, because you've always had these $1 million ideas. You always, from what I'm intuiting, have seemed to know or run into the realms, of movers and shakers. True Aries I'm speaking about. This is what y'all do. And in meditating, I think about all of this. And I even thought about my mother, the reputation that Aries gets, And I was thinking, I was just why is one of the reasons I feel so intense about reading for Aries? It's not that the Aries themselves are intense, it's that Aries go through intense shit because of usually other people. And Aries are very sweet and kind and loving. This person, HK Readings, Damien here that, you're speaking, that, is speaking to you today, was raised by someone, again, with extreme amounts of Aries in their chart. I actually was able to raise a grounded bull. Not one up in the china shop, fucking shit up, out here breaking hearts, not caring about anything. You know what I mean? No shade to my Tauruses out there. But I definitely think influences in certain alignments can help, us not be the worst side of that. And one of my best influences was my Aries mother. That's my point. Now to continue, when we have the sun here, we definitely are talking about, we're talking about that resurgence. We're talking about seeing the light and pulling yourself afloat. And the energy that I get from this is also that, you're climbing away, on one of these rays here, up from all those things at the bottom that were just keeping you within these confinements here. And what you're coming out to is the openness and the ever expansion of the skies there. So that's very symbolic But like I said, you're very fierce right now. There's a fierce energy that either you are embodying or that will, soon embody, that you will embody, that you are persevering against the odds. I'm telling you, there's extreme exertion rewarded by relaxation. So at a certain point, you will also realize that you get to relax, you get to reflect. Like you'll start to see that the work that you have been putting out is not only yielding you these feelings that you're experiencing and like these life changes, but it's also it will begin to just touch on every little facet, including what we're about to get into here. So I believe that there is someone, because as the King of Wands is kind of like that energy of what you're coming into. It's like it's in the heavens position, so that's what's like that's what July will bring. We have the Nine of Wands here showing me that this is where your head is, right before we get to Earth. So your head is in the Nine of Wands, which again is persevering over all odds. Like this is what's taking you to that King of Wands energy, right? Led by the sun. But then when we get down here, we talk about counterparts being mad. Once that King of Wands energy happens, which is kind of like some solo dolo shit, fire element in your element, doing you so you can be able to give the most to the world and attract the best from it, right? Realizing you got to be 100% and attract another 100% type situation or individual, not just looking for your other half because you're not 50. Like these are the realizations that are hitting. What do we have here? King and Queen of Coins. Can't make this shit up. What you're doing is you are manifesting your counterpart that's going to give you the love and stability. You see, and then I gave y'all like that when I was talking about how like the sweetness that comes from Aries that most people don't know because they just see this like stubborn, passionate, fiery individual. You're coming up as the Queen of Coins, male or female, okay? And the person that you're attracting, the first card that we pulled here is the King of Coins. So the security that you've wanted, the person who's grounded and sane, to give you that calm nature, that calm natured feeling that is unlike the rest of your relationships, and that also complements how hype you can get sometimes, like all of that, that's what they're embodying. The person that you can come together with and be like, hey babe, so you got these $1 million ideas. Man, you're really fucking creative. Man, this and this and that. Why don't we do something? I got a little money aside. This is not. You mean somebody who's literally like trying to love you and put you on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're attracting by getting away from buster ass energy. And this is past lovers. These are friends who aren't no fucking good. And these are family members who aren't no fucking good either. Okay? And you're coming up over here as the Queen of Coins, who's already developed yourself at being at your own shit. Like if we had any of the suits between the cups, the wands, the swords, and the coins that literally talks about being 100% and then attracting a partner that's 100%, realizing that this is, when it comes to partnerships, it's about 200%, not 100. Because there's nothing half about any of the kings and queens, but this is the perfect example here when we talk about coins. There's nothing incomplete about the King of Coins, nor the Queen of Coins. Okay? And like I said, these realizations are going to attract these things to your life. So you're coming on the same level that they're at, and you're sweet, and you're nurturing, and you're patient, and you're sensual, and you're kind. All these things that you were given to the wrong people, or others thought weren't in you because they don't know you, but they had I guess like they're knowing enough to want to speak on you, whatever it was. Here is somebody you can pour your love into and build with, and this is all you've ever wanted. Now watch out though, because we've got the Five of Cups reversed. We got the Five of Cups, Eight of Cups reversed, Eight of Coins reversed, the High Priestess, and the Chariot reversed. Now, Aries, some of you may be leaving a Cancer behind. Some of you may be leaving They may have Cancer in their chart, maybe leaving a Cancer behind. You also could be leaving a Pisces or Scorpio behind. I mean, to say, well, we got the Cancer energy with the Chariot in reverse, and then the energy that I'm reading being a particular person, because you know how like many times we'll see like the studio cards, the court cards as the particular people. This is dead on with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups reverse, a person. And this is someone that you had to cut out of your life to come into this King of Coins energy, knowing everything that you worked for and fought for to achieve the successes as an individual, to actualize yourself and then attract new love. You ain't trying to fuck nothing up because you understand the stability that you want that someone else couldn't give, who is very emotionally unstable, very physically volatile, possibly cheater, manipulator, gaslighter. I'm seeing all those things. You ain't falling for that shit no more. Look at this. King, Queen of Coins, right? This is the man in the Five of Cups, like a little shadow figure. So while you are looking out at the King of Coins and your Pentacle down here and you're focusing on that, we've got an individual here with the Five of Cups who's looking back, you know, who's looking at you, and they're forlorn. And I feel as though this is an individual who is prone to stalking, prone to following. Like this could be in a social media presence, this could be in a physical presence. Like with the Eight of Cups reverse, is somebody who cannot detach, they can't let go. Okay, and with the Eight of Coins in reverse, is also somebody who can't build. I feel like they this is a person who may have thought that they had another chance with you based on past interactions, and that being the case in the past, but they're realizing that there's you're not leaving any opportunity to work on anything there. Like literally all your coins energy is you coming up as the queen and attracting your due mate, your equal mate here. And their coins energy is coming up with the Eight of Coins reverse. Halted in building, again with the Eight of Cups reverse, they're not able to move on. The High Priestess in the Chariot reverse is somebody who is not using their proper intuition to lead them to a better place. They're stuck on you and they cannot move forward. There's somebody who cannot find a way to move forward. And the reason I say watch out is because what happens when people can't find a way to move forward, come back towards you. They ain't just gonna stand there. They're at least gonna give a little bit of time to try to stalk you, see what's up with you. It may go to the extent of trying to sabotage your relationship. The thing is, I've said that for other signs where it's been necessary, and it's not that those signs and those individuals can't handle themselves, but what I'm intuiting highly is that like y'all Aries have a certain way to just like you like just make sure that this person is nowhere around. And I think like that's also tying into the energy of security and comfort in this relationship, is how you've been able to separate the things that you are attracting, that you love, and that you want to hold on to from anything that could be a detriment and touch it. I know I read for Taurus, I read for Gemini, and there were some energies where like that I got the same warning for them, but I didn't get the same sureness that there was that clear separation. Because and it's funny because I'm a Taurus sun and a Gemini moon, and like I know I have the mentality too, is what in both of these videos were like kind of like a fuck it, I ain't gotta hide shit, I ain't gotta do shit, fuck with it, and but the best thing you could do, the smartest thing you can do, and and I had to remind myself of this now too, but the best thing and smartest thing to do is what y'all are doing, and it's because of the level of consciousness that y'all are ascending to where you understand, yeah, you ain't gotta hide shit, yeah, you ain't gotta do this and this and that, but at the same time, if you smart, you know what you worked hard for, and you know what you ain't gonna lose, you are not gonna leave even 1% of a chance that anything could come and just breathe on it, touch it, whatever, smell it. So it's gonna be a great month for y'all. I feel like you very well may be attracting an earth sign, you very well may be attracting yourselves a Taurus, Aries. With the level of security I see in this relationship, I definitely see that you could be attracting a Taurus or a Virgo. There's Capricorn energy in these cards as well, but I'm not necessarily seeing that you're coming towards a Capricorn. I feel like either you have it in your chart, or the person that you're getting away from has Cancer, Capricorn energy in the chart. Those polarities in their chart could be very conflicting for them as well, which could have contributed to the chaos of the relationship. Not like you give a shit anymore. Clearly, it's all about moving on forward, progress, not looking back. And this is a very, very beautiful reading. So, love and light. I hope you resonate and enjoy. Leave your comments. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.